Hey everybody and welcome back. This is episode number 2 of Dark Souls Remastered. I am Fox, this is FoxeoGames. It's good to have you back. Let's pour us some of our drink of the day, which happens to be dark roast coffee with a little bit of half and half. There we go. When last we left off, we had just defeated the Taurus Demon, brought to you by Ford, the Ford Taurus. That may not be true about Ford. There's no corporate sponsorship on the Taurus Demon. Wait, go up! That's interesting. I've never really noticed that you could swat with your hand before. I always thought you used your weapon. Oh, I use my weapon. By the way, for those that don't know, obviously I'm playing on PC. You can see the upper left corner of my stats. The first number, GPU. It's the amount of the graphics card that it's using, essentially the amount of the graphics chipset, roughly. The second number shows that it's in DirectX 11. So, oh, the Grave Lord Servant. Why not? Hell, let's do it. That tells you it's DirectX 11, and the number next to that's the frame rate, 60 FPS. Under that's the CPU. The amount of the actual processor it's using, roughly, and under that is the amount of system RAM. I don't have a number for graphics card RAM specifically, so oh well. Here we go. I haven't done a Gravelord in Dark Souls Remastered ever. I've done it in the original Dark Souls, the Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition. Well, y'all just an asshole. What an asshole. Why do you have to do that? Oh well. What you gonna do? That coffee's a little weak. I ran out of beans to grind in the bag that I had, and it was almost enough for coffee, but not quite, and I didn't want to open a new bag just to get a little bit more, so it's a bit weak. It's a bit weak. But we'll deal with it. I like my coffee to be dark roast. A rich, dark roast, as dark as possible. Alright, so let's burn them all. Woo! That's how I lost my shirt. It got burned off me, and that's how my skin turned this way. It was burnt. 3rd degree burns. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th degree burns. Alright, you guys getting ready for this? I'm going to try to make sure I hit the right buttons. I've been playing Code Vein, so I get confused on what does what. Usually this will get you killed when you stop to pick up stuff, but hey, why not? I don't think I've ever picked up everything and not gotten killed. Oh no. Okay. By the way, he can actually blow fire into the bonfire room and kill you. It's been known to happen. It's happened to me. By the way, if you get a really good weapon, you can break his tail right there if you can do it in one shot. I don't think you can make 2 shots. So we are talking a little bit about the differences between the 2 games. I mentioned last time the dried finger is now available at the Undead Merchant. So if you want a dried finger, you like disembodied fingers that are dry, you can pick one up there. I'm going to try to hold out to buy all of them upgrade items, which Titanite shards. Oh, you know, maybe we shouldn't fight the Black Knight while we're holding nearly 8,000 souls in our stock. You guys with me on that one? All right. Now, I did look it up. I've actually never played this game on the consoles, the remastered version. The PS4 and Xbox One apparently run at 1080 60 FPS, but I think the upgraded consoles, the Pro and the whatever they call it, I think those actually run at up to like a shoot. I think they do run at up to 4K, but it's a upscaled 4K, so it's not native 4K. For those that don't know, you can run a game at a native resolution. That means the actual graphics are rendered out at that resolution. That's what you want. That's what looks best. But what can also happen is it can render it at... Oh my goodness, I almost died. It can render at a lower resolution and then upscale to try to fit a higher resolution viewing device in this case, a monitor or a TV screen. It doesn't look as good. It kind of makes it a little blurry because it's essentially applying a filter to stretch stuff out in the least terrible way possible. Although, still, it's stretching out stuff. It's not legit, true 4K. At least that's what I've read. So, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I don't have the better consoles right now. I've never had the better versions of either console. I've never had an Xbox One at all, and I only had a base PS4. And I think there should be one guy running up to meet us here, if memory serves me. I haven't checked lately, but I did want to go back on the Nexus website and see what kind of mods are now available for the remastered version. It's been quite a while since I've looked at it. And they've made quite a few modifications to healing. I've done very little PvP in this new version, but my understanding is that they've now made it so that you can only use Estus. And I think they have the number of Estuses that you have for invading phantoms. Why don't we tempt this guy to burn himself in the fire with an alluring skull? Oh, shoot. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it! There. Go burn yourself. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Does the fire do more damage than it used to? I swear the fire does more... Oh. Hope he doesn't drop anything, because it's going to be right in the middle of that fire. Not that it matters. It'll just be the boar helmet, which I don't ever plan on using. It's actually a decent heavy helmet, if that's what you're looking for. And now let's unequip that so we don't switch to it by mistake and throw one when we mean to heal. Be wary of ambush. Oh, my timing is not as good as it used to be. Look at that. I've had to use 3 Estus. Normally, I don't use any by this point. I'm just on the ball. A pro like that. So last time, I mentioned that I am not married anymore. Yes. Don't be sorry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. So I've gotten more into the realm of like the manosphere online, which includes YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and all these other websites. Some of the red pill, but I'm not full on red pill because I don't think they've fully got it down. Definitely not part of what's known as MGTOW. It's the acronym MGTOW. Although if you're going to pronounce it, it would actually be pronounced MGTOW, because TOW is pronounced toe in English. Last I checked. Like tow a car. But yeah, the MGTOW movement stands for men going their own way. And the idea behind that is that men decide that, you know what, in today's Western society, family law, marriage, divorce, custody of children, it's all designed and based around women. It's part of what they refer to as like the gynocracy, which is a, combination of 2 words, like gyne from gynecology, and aristocracy or oligarchy or some other word. We do live, regardless of what you believe about any of that other nonsense, we do, of course, live in a highly feminized society. A lot of feminist notions have been embedded through the educational system and all that. Whatever political persuasion you are, there's simply no denying that there is a huge liberal bias in the education system in the U.S., public education, and of course colleges and universities. They're just dominated by, like, I've been told that as much as 90% or more of professors and educators that identify as progressive or liberal or Democrat or anyway on the left, towards the left of the spectrum. And the danger there is, of course, that you don't have diversity of thought. That's kind of one of the most important diversities. Whether you have diversity of skin color, well, that's one thing. That doesn't really tell you much, though. I mean, whether you have diversity of, like, gender, well, I mean, yeah. But what you really want is diversity of thought, because the more thoughts you have out there, the more ideas you have, and the more ideas and the more people talking about these ideas, the more likely it is that you'll reach good ideas. If you have a limited number of ideas, then you can only think about those limited number. So the more ideas you get exposed to, the more you're able to think about. Let's see if we can... See, I tried to drag him out without that Balder Knight, but, you know, that Balder Knight just wants to be part of the action, doesn't he? He just wants to get in on it. Oh, shoot, I wasn't expecting that. They do throw the occasional unexpected swing your way. Really throws you off when you're trying to parry. Alright, so this guy is going to get a backstab. Because I can, and because he deserves it. And what do we got here? Oh, nothing. I thought that was an item. So I don't know exactly what I want to do with this build. I would love to get a Balder Sword. I mean, I've done it so many times before, but heck, why not? Let's do it again. Let's do another Balder Knight run. I've got an entire playthrough called the Balder Knight run. Although, did I delete that? I got rid of so many videos that used to be on my channel, like a long, long time ago, years and years ago. I don't know if the Balder Knight playthrough is still up, but if it is, search for it, Balder Knight playthrough, and I don't know if anyone else has done that. So I think I'd be the first to come up if that playthrough is still available. Although, you know, we could go with the halberd. That is a really, really nice weapon. I don't know if we have the strength for it. I'm a big halberd fan. Oh, I see. We need... How much strength do we need for that bad boy? 16! That means we need 3 more points in the strengths. But we can double-hand it, two-hand it, dose-hand it. That's twice the hands. I never really noticed they made that noise. That's weird. I am curious as to exactly how much has changed. Like, how many little changes have they made? Have they made little modifications to textures? Have they made little modifications to sound effects? I'd be curious to know what you guys have found that is not listed anywhere in the official list of, you know, changes and whatnot. Ooh, that took 4 shots. Not counting the one that bounced off his shield. I love the R2 on this, but it's a little risky. Because if you don't time it right, you kind of screw yourself over. Uh-oh. Woo, boy, did you see that? Did you? Yeah, you all saw that if you were looking. By the way, some people say that they watch my playthroughs with just the audio, like it's a podcast, because I guess I do talk about a lot of things that don't necessarily depend on what's on the screen. Yeah, that coffee is a bit weak. Disappointed I am. Coffee, it still is. Everyone's all crazy about this new, like, Baby Yoda thing. Honestly, don't care. Don't care about Star Wars, guys. I certainly don't care about Star Wars at all, and I definitely wouldn't care with all this new crap that they put into the Star Wars, like the, I guess, you know, they're doing, like, this feminist agenda bullshit. You know how that stuff is. I don't know why, but they got to put, like, the big, strong women's. Which, to me, is just sort of patronizing. But whatever. Oh, yeah, I love that running R1, too. It's a very nice running R1. It's a very friendly running R1. It's a powerful, positive running R1. Let's do a halberd playthrough, shall we? I don't think I'll stick with this halberd necessarily, but we could grab the scythe from Sin's Fortress. It's a beautiful, lovely weapon. Just a magnificent, beautiful specimen. Little Steve Irwin in there. I really do like the scythe, though. It is one of my favorite weapons. So, back to this little manosphere thing. Oh, you know what? We definitely want to kindle this bonfire. Because this bonfire, you're going to use a lot. And you can warp to it. First, we're going to reverse that Halloween. The Halloween. You got to reverse your Halloween. And then you can kindle. Oh, yeah. But yeah, part of the manosphere, and part of the big deal to me is I really like the notion that, oh, look at that, I got another Estus. Thank you for whoever that was elsewhere in the world doing what you do. Is it helps out a lot of men, especially younger men. Unfortunately, I think it began probably as late as the 80s, or as far back as the 80s, that men started to just forget or lose track of what it was to be a man. Everything started to become about basically the feminization of the feminist movement, connect with your feminine side, be more emotional, and it's okay for men to just let it all out and cry in public. And you know, I think I'm actually gonna buy. Let's see, how many do you need to fully max out? I can't remember, but whatever. We're gonna buy as many as I can because I'm gonna upgrade this halberd, and then I'm gonna upgrade the scythe. So we're gonna do a lot. We're gonna need more than we typically would. Now I'm gonna have to pop a soul here just to have enough souls to upgrade, and that's okay. But yeah, I feel like men have just lost their way, and so a lot of young guys don't really even know what it is to be a man. And we've raised boys, especially in the education system, with single mothers, mostly female teachers, and very, very, very left-wing liberal colleges. We've raised boys and young men to believe that they're like defective girls. This is a very common thing to say. I didn't come up with this term, so I don't want you guys thinking I've come up with this new concept myself. We do really treat boys and young men like defective girls and defective women. We want them to act more like girls. We want them to talk more like girls. We want them to have an emotional aura that's more like women. And that's really not how it's supposed to be. There's supposed to be a male-female dynamic, the masculine and the feminine, and they're supposed to complement each other, not copy and emulate each other. Emulators on your PC, that's great. Allows you to play Super Nintendo, PS1, all the way up to almost like 360 and PS3 games. I can play Demon Souls on my computer using a PS3 emulator. Emulators are great on the PC. Even on, you know, your phone. You could play like the original Mega Man on the Nintendo on your phone using an emulator or whatever. But what you don't want is men and women emulating each other. Now, a lot of you are probably sitting there going, well, wait a minute, Fox, are you saying that men have to do this and women have to do that, and men can't do this and women can't do that? And well, at the end of the day, people make their own decisions. They do what they want to do. You know, we have laws trying to control some behavior, like don't kill each other if you can avoid it, and don't steal, stuff like that. But the issue comes up when you want to look at not what you can do, what you're able to do, because you can do a lot of things. You can drink battery acid. I just don't think it's a good idea. So, you know, as a man, you can act however you want. You could wear lipstick and put on a little pink skirt. I just don't think it's a good idea, and I think there are a lot of reasons for that. Obviously, there are a lot of people out there that want to believe that, you know, hey, you can just live your life, do whatever you want, and be happy, and I don't think people are happy that way. I don't think any man is going to be happy trying to be a woman when he's not and can never, ever actually truly be a woman. And I think that's where the problem lies, is that women for a long time now have been taught that if they want to be empowered, the way to do it is to act like a man. That's what we tell them to do. I mean, you think about, look back at some of the outfits from the late 80s, or I think it was early 90s. Women's professional outfits consisted of a lot of those jackets, like men's sport coats that had broad and like fake supports in the shoulders to give them these fake broad shoulders. And of course, who has broad shoulders? Well, men are supposed to have broad shoulders, right? So what should women do? They should have broad shoulders too. Instead of just being a woman should try to be more like a man, and a man should try to be more like a woman. And, you know, there's no difference. They're just all the same, you know. And I think that's a sad state of affairs when we can't celebrate the differences and the pros and cons, the weaknesses, and not necessarily strengths and weaknesses, although that's probably a proper term, but really the different focuses or foci, I don't know. What's the plural of focus? They should have different focal points, different points that they can celebrate. Wow, he only takes 3 shots with this thing. I will say, though, that this halberd, once you get it to +5, is a very powerful weapon very early on in the game. You will decimate a lot of enemies earlier in the game, including the gargoyles. You can pretty much whip them. Whip them up. Just whip it. Whip it good. You know, I tried using the whip one time in a playthrough. I gotta tell you, this game, Dark Souls, is not made for whipping. The whips are terrible. I'm sorry, but I know other people trying to make them work. They just feel awkward and stilted, and they ain't good, I tell you. They ain't good. I actually meant to jump off this on the way down. I'm a little rusty, folks. It's been a while. I haven't played this in a long time, and like I said last time, when I did actually get around to playing it, it was usually with my son. he can't really play it himself, but he does appreciate like the big monsters. He likes the big monsters. I don't know if I think I've told you guys this many times in previous playthroughs, but he refers to this as the big, he used to call it the big Moji game. Moji was monster. That's his way of saying monster. Now he calls it big monster game. He can now say monster properly. But he's like, Daddy, I want to play big monster game. It's like, big monster game. You know, I think that's a pretty good description of this. It is kind of a big monster game. So, there you go. I guess Monster Hunter could be a big monster game, although it's really about dinosaurs. Alright, here we go. I do notice the lighting looks different, but then again, I have a mod installed, so I can't truly give a full-on analysis of the game. You know, should I... let me think here. No, you know what? I am not... Oh, okay. Yeah, look at that. That looks terrible. I hope that's my mod causing that, because that almost looks like... Oh, you see that? And it even cut into my... Oh, look at that. It's partially cutting into the hair. And oh, this... I gotta tell you, I love that they made Dark Souls Remastered. That's great. They brought more people in. They made a decent PC version. Not great by any means, but decent. But really, it should have been so much more. It should have been so much more than it is. But it wasn't. And it will never be. It's just so much potential was left on the drawing board with this. Alright. We're going to come back and handle the Stray Demon when we have the Scythe. And probably better upgrades, maybe? We'll see. I had to look for some summons, but then again, the normal spot where guys throw them, I didn't see any there, so... I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't really have any. Oh, dear goodness. He can power up. When he does that dance, some people don't know this. You may have played Dark Souls for years and never noticed that he does this dance and an aura appears around all the enemies around the channeler. That actually empowers the enemies and they do more damage. I don't know if it does anything else to them, but it does increase the amount of damage that they do. I don't think it increases defense or health or anything like that, but they do more damage. So that's how I died. I don't think I would have died had that aura not been on them. I'm not blaming the channeler. I'm just saying it's the channeler's fault. A good old backstab never hurt anybody. Well, actually, I think it's hurt a lot of people. Let's... Oh, yeah. Oh, that R1. That running R1. Just a really satisfying attack. I wonder if it wouldn't hurt to add perhaps a bow to this build or some sort of ranged weapon. Let me take a better look at what the stats are on this thing. Yeah, it moves up with strength. Well, you know, surprisingly, the halberd has a better dex scaling than strength. That, to me, that's backwards. The halberd, as long as it is like that, would require quite a bit of strength to hold that big chunk of metal on the end with a long wooden pole. Oh dear, them ragdoll physics with the Havoc engine. There we go. Get him on stuck. Alrighty. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, finally he's doing the dance. I was like, what is he doing? What is he waiting for? Oh, this timing. The timing on some of these attacks, I'm just not getting it like I used to. I'd like to get the 2-for-1 special on these guys, but I tend to be hitting just one at a time. Oh, you son of a gun. Well, guess what? He gets the plunge. No, 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 no. I thought I could roll away in time. Oh, dear. Fox is rusty. Fox is getting angry. Any of you guys watch Seinfeld? That's a Seinfeld reference, although it's not an exact quote. Some of you will get it. Okay, so we've been here before. The good news is we've killed the channeler, so we've made some progress. That guy does not respawn. The Manosphere, guys. If you haven't, I totally recommend you check it out. It is not for women, but if you're a woman watching this and you want to take a look at it, I can't, no, you know, no one can stop you. It's all over the internet. But look up like Red Pill. I'd stay away from the MGTOW movement, the men going their own way, because that is all about men basically giving up, saying, you know what, women aren't worth the bother. They don't go gay or anything like that. They just quit, and they either switch to, you know, just taking care of their own needs, to put it in a PG-13 way, or they use, you know, let's just say they use devices and other things. And there's a whole new world of sex bots coming out that may change things in some interesting ways, because, I mean, golly, the timing, why am I so off? Because you think about it, one of the driving influences, one of the driving forces behind men dating and seeking women is, let's be honest, it's sexual fulfillment. And if men don't need that, then it's going to really decrease their efforts to seek out women by a lot. And we see that because one of the driving forces behind women dating and seeking out marriage is financial stability. It used to be, you know, the old, what they refer to as the social contract was, back in the day, women didn't make as much, women didn't work as often, women tended to stay home, and, you know, you go back long enough and women were almost incapable of sustaining themselves. Not entirely. There were women that owned businesses, even like the 1800s, but during that time, it was understood that the men would take care of the women by providing for them. And of course, you know, the men would get their benefits from the woman, companionship and you know, the physical intimacy and all that jazz. But now we've found that women can be very self-sustaining. Women can make as much or more money than men do. In fact, they're finding out that young women in their 20s, both in the US and in the UK, are out-earning men. So you'll hear the, I use this term because it's very accurate. The liberal news media will constantly tell you about a, quote, gender pay gap, when in actuality, the exact opposite is true. If you hear that bell ringing in the game, that means someone has defeated the twin gargoyles. Anyway, the exact opposite is true. In fact, the gender pay gap is the opposite direction. Young men are earning less than women. There are articles out there about, you know, women are finding it hard to find men who earn as much as they do. But then in the second, the next article up will be, oh, how do we close the gender pay gap? Well, you know, I don't think you have a gender pay gap if women are earning more than men, at least not a gender pay gap for women. And of course, that's always the soul. Has it always said that? Soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Yeah, that's from Demon Souls. Has it always said that? Did I install that as a mod? Honestly, don't know, guys. Should I try this solo by myself? Just me? Or, no, you know what? This is meant to be fought with company. So we gonna go get Solaire. Heck, I think we should call Lautrec and have him help us out. We should do a 3-way. It's not gay when it's in a 3-way. You can look that up. Google it. All right. Let's... since I don't want a Baldur sword, well, you know, I'm going to leave them alone for now. I would like a Baldur shield, but worst case scenario, I can buy that in Sense Fortress. I don't know why, but I was thinking that after the gargoyles, I could run into Sense Fortress to grab the scythe. But, of course, you can't. You need to ring both bells before Sense Fortress opens. But that's fine. I guess now I got to make the decision. You know, I think I'll defeat Quelaag without upgrading the halberd anymore, because I don't want to use my large Titanite shards on the halberd and then turn right back around and need them for the scythe. Although maybe I don't know. We'll see what I decide to do at that point. I haven't fully decided. I might upgrade it just a couple times do a little bit more damage. We'll see. If I could get away without upgrading it, that'd actually be nice. Just run down, get the scythe, and then use every single large Titanite shard I have on that instead. Because normally what I do is when I get to the swamp, I pick up all the large Titanite shards that are there for pickup. They're always there. They're set. And then I farm the slugs until I get them all. And my son loved the slug farming. I don't know why, but he loves those slug enemies. And I'd let him hit the shoulder button and kill him. I'd be like, get him, get him. He's like, I killed a slug. I was like, yeah, you killed the slug. All right. One of the nice benefits, and I think I mentioned this last time, to this game, when you play the remastered version, is you really get to see a lot of that fine detail in the textures that you couldn't see before. Not so much the world textures, but the weapons, the armor, the shields. The world textures are a little bland. They really, really needed updating. And if they did update them, they didn't do a good enough job, that's for sure. They did a sucky job if that's what they did. I have a feeling they left them all as is, so that sucks. But you know what? That's okay. Because we can get mods. I know they were upgraded. Seriously, I am hitting him for 100% sure. Like, it's just coasting right through his body, but whatever. None of these games have ever had perfect hitboxes. They've been close, but this... Actually, I think Dark Souls is the best when it came to hit detection. Oh, shoot. Oh, we actually had a little slowdown there with the frame rates. All right, we got our buddy. We're going to get some more buddies in here. We're going to massacre these twin gargoyles. You know, it's always a good thing to kind of end the episode shortly after killing a boss. But in this case, actually, first thing is I want this guy, Kasap Musti. Oh, we can't call Lautrec because I didn't go back to the town to talk to him, right? I think that's the case. I think you got to go back to town and talk to him first. Now, the one bummer about two-handing this weapon is in order to parry, you got to quickly switch one hand and then switch back to two-hand. So that's a thing, y'all. Well, hello there. Okay, I'm pretty sure we can only call 2 helpful summons, so no Solaire today. What the heck is wrong with the texture in here? Is that a mod I have installed? This looks like crap. Did I do something wrong? What did I do to deserve this? Oh shoot, oh shoot! Gosh darn it. Sorry guys, I was trying to drink coffee and I didn't set the mug down in time. All right. Told you it was going to be a massacre. I actually spilled some of the coffee too. That's just great. Thanks everybody. Now I got to try to clean up the little bit I did spill on myself. Okay. All right, whatever. All right, gargoyle helm and the twin humanity. So we got 2 of the gargoyle items, the tail axe, which you get anytime you chop off their tail, and the helmet. By the way, when you've killed the last gargoyle in the game, you are guaranteed to get any of the gargoyle items that did not drop, except for, I believe, the tail axe. I think you do legit have to cut off a tail for that. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, as the internet often will, and I count on the internet to correct me, to set me straight. Oh dear, I got some on my paper here where I was taking notes. I got some coffee on the desk. What a mess. All right. Pull this, and as always, we skip cutscenes, dialogue, all that nonsense that just pads it out unnecessarily. And with that, we're going to go ahead and homeward bone back. No point in running all the way. And then, yeah, we got to use that Bonfire Keeper's soul. Or, yeah, Bonfire Keeper's Soul? Firekeeper's Soul. Firekeeper's Soul. Bonfire Keeper's Soul. Let's level it up. We could use a little more health. And let's see if using... if that will allow us to wear... Nah, that sucks. Oh well. Not yet. Oh! I'm so silly. How long... Dude, how many of you guys were looking at that going, Fox, man, you got the stupid Havel's ring. Put on the Havel's ring. Alright, well that's pushing it. That's pushing our luck. I like how this armor set looks. I just don't like the stats on it. Not a fan. Where am I going? Why am I going this way? Oh, okay. I know now why I go. Yes. Yes. Light crossbow. And hollow soldier armor. I wonder if I could wear that. I can. But boy, does it make that heavy armor sound. Don't need that right now. Don't need that in my life. Firekeeper's Soul. Time to boost our Estus Flask. So, among the differences between the versions here is that it was supposedly changed from P2P, peer-to-peer internet, multiplayer connections, to a dedicated server system. Although, oftentimes, people use the term dedicated server when it's not really a dedicated server, but they say it is here. I don't know, I haven't done any testing or haven't done any packet snooping and any of that other stuff that you do to try to figure out what's going on in the digital realm. The Wi-Fi internets. Oh look, it's what's-his-face. You know, I just thought of something. We can kick his ass off the ledge, let him die, quit the game, restart the game, and pick up the goods. Is it cheating? No, it's not. Is it cheap? Yeah, hell yeah it is. But you know what? I'm not afraid of being cheap. Alright. And there we go. Do I have any more? No, of course not. I knew that though. So, the scythe. Wonderful weapon. Used it before, obviously. Let's see. What do I normally do at this point? I could go to the forest and do something there. I could, obviously, go down to the realm of Quelaag. The topless spider chick. And yes, on PC, there are mods to give her nipples. Because, really, all women should have nipples. Alright, yeah, that is some weak coffee. That is not satisfying at all. Why did I do that? I should have known. I sensed it wouldn't be right. I could go get the Great Scythe. You know what? I rarely use the Great Scythe, and I can actually run down and get it right now. I will do that. I'll do that in the next episode. I'm going to look up how to do it, the exact path to take, because I don't remember. I've done it before and died like 6 times trying to get to it. But now we should be a lot better off, because I got a little more health, and we got some decent armor and a decent shield, so it shouldn't be too difficult a task. In the meantime, is there anything I could quickly do right now? In 5 minutes, because that's how much time we have left here. I try to aim for about 45 minutes per episode. I think that's a good cutoff point. Do I have enough time to go get the rusted iron ring? That's the question. To use that for Blighttown. Really? Okay, there we go. They still haven't... See, there's a few geometry issues in this game they still haven't fixed. Even in this remastered version. Oh, these many years later. Okay. Wow. Look at how shitty those egg textures look. I really wish You know what? I might just undo all of the mods I have or look for some new mods in between this episode and the next and see if I can make this game look better. It's disappointing. The game technically looks better in the original Dark Souls for PC with DS Fix and some mods. It does. That's sad that the community could make the game look and play better, mostly. Now, there were a few problems with it, some definite big issues, some glitches, but, you know, then again, you wouldn't expect it to be perfect, right? When it's, you know, player mods. Gosh darn these guys. I do not like the attack that comes off the roll on this. I don't like it at all, that swing. It is so short. It has such a short range that it's very, very, very annoying. Let's not fall down and fight the demon quite yet. Yeah, I'm forgetting just how much of a wind-up this weapon has. Oops. Oop. Oop. Let's go. Yeah, this doesn't look right. I need to get rid of that reshade texture pack or whatever I got going on here that's making all this look funky. It's not looking right at all. It looks kind of messed up. And that ain't right. Oh yeah, break those urns. Legend of Zelda style. Link! Hey, listen! Let's rest at the bonfire. Oh, you know what? I didn't want to do that, but I did it, so it's done. I was going to Homered Bone back, but whatever. Whatever, life goes on. Oh, I forgot about these dudes. Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Can I get past you, please? Do you mind if I just kind of... Do you mind if I... Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Go, 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 run! No, Oscar's gonna try to kill us too. They all gonna try to get... I wonder if this will hit Oscar. Hells yeah, it did. Alright. Got him. Keep on going. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop! Don't stop! Don't stop! Oh, you son of a monkey. Okay, got him. Go, go, get out of my way, dude. Okay, go, 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 go. Oh, I think Oscar stopped following us. Oh, shoot. I totally messed that up. Alright. Here we go. Let's just do the little backstab fish right here. Fish. Just fishing for a backstabbing. And got it. The door we could never unlock before. We're good on time, guys. We're good on time. Let's go get that, let's see if we can get the doll while we're at it. And kill Oscar. Because why not? He should already be damaged, right? Oh dear. Okay, we're not going to be able to necessarily stun lock him each and every time. No, not while he's in the middle of... Oh, that was a good hit on him. Don't, you freaking Estus, man. Don't you do it. The crest ring is great, or the crest shield rather, sorry, is really good for magic defense. So it's actually good for this boss right here. It works quite well for the stray demon. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is not the way I meant to come. Oh my. Oh my. I'm being chased by a giant black knight. Don't know what that item is. Don't care. Actually, I know what it is. Oh, is he coming all the way out here? Alright, asshole. That's it. I was going to let you live, but now you're going to have to die. He's going to regret following me. Just watch, I'll show you. Shoot! I didn't mean to do that second one. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I rolled out of that. I'm actually shocked I rolled out of that. Oh, yep. Shouldn't have rolled directly backwards because he does that long strike. And dead. Now that's cool. Did not need the red Titanite chunk, so really that was kind of a waste of time, but whatever. And let's level up before we lose some souls. Okay. Alright, well, you know what? We'll just... Come on. We gotta get this thing. I don't want to end the episode quite yet. Oh, shoot. What am I doing? Do I know what I'm doing? Am I going the right way? Yes. I love the new fire effect, though. I will tell you that much. They did a great job with the new fire effect. Excellent work. Whatever company made this. I can't remember their name, but it wasn't FromSoft. FromSoft didn't actually do the update here, guys, so know that. I got the peculiar doll. Oh, dear. This is not the avenue where I want to fight with this guy. Did you like that? You know what? I don't need to fight him right now. I can fight him later. Let's get on out of here. With that, folks, we are done with episode number 2 of Dark Souls Remastered. We will talk again soon. Until then, make sure to follow me on all my social media accounts. The links are in the description. I'm most active on Twitter. So if you're going to follow me at only one, I would follow me there. When next we meet, we'll leave here and go into the realm of Quelaag, the topless spider demon woman. Until then, I want to thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.